Happy Wednesday, December the 30th. 2 more days of this year, and then we'll finally get this behind us. But I wanted to provide you with another live economic stimulus update to give you some feedback on so many things that have taken place over the last 24 hours. I have a whole bunch of notes right here, so I apologize up front about the length of this video, but I do want to cover all of this information because most of this information is a derivative of things and many of the questions that I'm receiving on my videos, and I want to make sure that you have all the information, all the accurate information. This is pulled directly from the IRS's website, so there's no shenanigans with this. This is exactly how it's coming, and I'm going to give you all the details. Now, just a note up front, there are more people that are eligible to receive this economic stimulus this time. And I'll speak to that a little specifically later. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? So there are more people eligible to receive it. People that have their Direct Express card, people that are on SSI, SSDI, you're still going to be receiving it. Same amount of people are going to be receiving it. But there are some little nuances to it. So I'm going to read through all this. So make sure if you need to replay this video or just go to the irs.gov website, check out all this information, and you'll be able to have all the details exactly for yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna be reading, so I won't have as much eye contact with you, but I wanna make sure that I get everything completely correct on here. So, the IRS started sending out payments via direct deposit last night. Some people did receive it. I did receive one comment on one of my videos, or on my video last night, I should say, where someone with a Direct Express card saw the pending transaction when they called in to check on it. So please be diligent. Check those Direct Express cards. It's very possible that you will receive something very soon. The official date for the payments to go out is January the 4th. So they're trying to get out as many payments as possible early. But the official date is January 4th, and possibly the last date that everything will go out will be at the end of January or early February. We know with the CARES Act, it was very convoluted, and it was hard for all the payments to go out. And there was mess ups with the addresses, payments getting sent back to the IRS. Hopefully that won't be the case this time around. So anyone who received the first round of payments earlier this year but doesn't receive a payment via direct deposit will generally receive a check. In some instances, a debit card. So we know how the IRS, towards the end of the CARES Act stimulus dissemination of all the money, they started sending out debit cards to everyone. Now, this was looked at as a quicker way to disseminate the economic stimulus and get money into everyone's hands, especially those that didn't have a bank account. However, there were some nuances around the debit cards that were a little weird. Some of the fees that were on there that were anti-stimulus, I should say. So just please be aware of that. But most importantly, know that if you don't receive your direct deposit, or if you changed your account information since you received your tax returns or your economic stimulus previously, more than likely you may be receiving a paper check in the mail. And if that's not coming in the mail as a paper check, you're more than likely going to receive the economic impact payment card. Now, the economic impact payment card is going to come in a plain white envelope, and it's going to have Department of the Treasury on that envelope. Please do not throw this away. Don't throw away any of the mail that you get. So it could change. Sometimes, they change it just to prevent fraud of how the envelope looks itself. So please do not throw anything away. Good morning, Mary. How's everyone doing today? But it's very important that you pay attention to your mail. If you don't receive anything over, I should say, the next 7 days, with the official date being January the 4th, if you don't receive anything by direct deposit in the next 7 days, please look in your mail over the next 2 weeks. It's very possible that you're going to receive it in the mail. Now, they do say on the website that many people that received direct deposit previously will for some reason be receiving a debit card or a check in the mail this time around. There's no rhyme or reason on why this is done, but for whatever reason, it is being flipped for some people, not for everyone, but for some people. And for many people that received the debit card or a check in the mail previously, and if you were able to go on to the IRS portal and update your information, then you're more than likely going to receive a direct deposit this go around. So it's for a very specific group of people that received a check or debit card the first time around, and then went on to the irs.gov payment, the website, to update their information on the IRS portal. More than likely, you're going to receive the direct deposit this time around. So everyone, keep your eye on the mail, and also look out for any pending transactions that you will see. The next thing here says eligible individuals who do not receive the economic impact payment from earlier this year, either the first one or the second one, will be able to claim when they file their 2020 taxes in 2021. The IRS is urging everyone, all taxpayers who do not receive this payment, to review their eligibility criteria first. So make sure you're eligible. Many people, including recent college graduates, may be eligible to claim it. We know that there was an issue before where college dependents were not eligible to claim it. But it's saying now for the first and the second stimulus payment, many of those eligible are recent college graduates may be eligible to claim the stimulus money. People will see an economic impact payment referred to as the Recovery Rebate Credit, RRC, form on the Form 1040 or on the Form 1040 SR, which is the form. So when you're filing your taxes, for those of you that have dependents, and I know a lot of people fell into this category, you had dependents that didn't qualify previously, or there was an issue where one of your dependents was left out on the economic stimulus, whether for the first stimulus or for the second stimulus. They're advising all of those individuals to look at your taxes. When you're filing your taxes, coming up next year for 2020, you're going to look for the Recovery Rebate Credit. It's RRC, and that's going to be on your Form 1040 or your Form 1040 SR. So make sure that you do that. So authorized by the newly enacted COVID relief legislation, the second round of payments are the EIP2, which is the next economic stimulus payments. It's generally $600 for singles, $1,200 for married couples that are filing jointly. In addition, those who qualify or those who have qualifying children will also receive $600 for each child, and dependents who are 17 years and older are not eligible for the child payment. So this is something that is very similar to the last time around. It additionally goes on to say that payments for Social Security, survivor disability benefits, that's SSDI, all the railroad benefits, and SSI, the supplemental security income, and VA benefits. There's no change. There's nothing new or nothing additional that you would have to file in order to get this, typically, if you don't have a filing requirement, you would have to notify the IRS of your status so that they can get you the economic impact payment. For most people, that took place in the first economic impact payment. You were able to speak with the IRS, previously through their IRS hotline, update your information, and be able to provide them with your current information so that you can receive the economic impact payment. If you were one of those in a group that did that, there's nothing additional that you would need to do this time around. All your information will still be in place from previous. So on here, it also talks about if you change your bank account, if you have updated any information in your bank account where to the point you will not receive the economic impact payment this time around. There's a lot of things that have changed in our society. The U.S. has encumbered a lot of deaths from the coronavirus, and that affects a lot of checking accounts. It affects a lot of banking information, especially for those that have dual accounts with a spouse or with another loved one. So there are some things that may have changed, or some payments that may be received that are different, and things of that nature. So it's highly recommended that you use the IRS portal. Now, they're advising everyone to go to the IRS portal, but it is not up and running as of yet. They're saying to be patient, that it should be up within the next 72 hours, and it's going to give you information on everything, on the amount of payment that you should receive. It's going to give you the eligibility or the ability to be able to change your bank account information, the ability to be able to go in there and change your address and things of all that nature that you will be able, so that you'll be able to receive your economic impact payment. So hopefully by Friday or Saturday, we know those are holidays, it's the first. So it's very possible that it won't be up by then, but they are saying on here within the next 72 hours or in the next few days or so that it should be eligible and should be ready for everyone. One new thing that is different from now than under the CARES Act is that there are more people that are eligible to receive the payment than previously. So we know under the CARES Act, joint returns of couples where only one member of the couple had a Social Security number were generally ineligible for a payment unless they were a member of the military. But this new legislation changes and expands that provision, and more people are now eligible. In this situation, these families will now be eligible to receive payments for the taxpayers and qualifying children of the family who have work eligibility or work eligible Social Security numbers. People in this group who do not receive the economic impact payment can claim the payment when they file their 2020 tax returns under that recovery rebate credit. So that's something that is different right now, and under this provision than it was previously under the CARES Act. Under the CARES Act, if there was an individual on your tax returns or was someone that a married couple where one spouse did not have a Social Security number, they were automatically disqualified from receiving that economic impact payment. So that is something that has changed. So this economic impact payment will reach more people and provide more stimulus to our economy. So I'm just reading through the last of the